Why do Americans keep falling into the same car buying traps that keep them broke? And what if I told you that I've never lost money on any of these cars? When people buy a car, they think that the money's just gone forever and they know they're gonna lose money, but hey, they need the car to go out to work and to do the things they need. But what if every car you buy, you could get all the money back for it? Sounds crazy, right? Well, the wealthy have been doing this for a very long period of time, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do the same thing. Most people buy a car one of three ways. They either pay cash for it, they finance it, or they lease it. Let's dissect all three of those. When you pay cash for a car, that money will never work for you again. The opportunity of that money earning for you is gone. They call that opportunity cost. And also you buy a depreciating vehicle. And when you finance a car, you make payments to a bank or a finance company of principal and interest. So therefore, really, the car is depreciating, but you're still giving up all that interest. And when you lease a car, you're making payments to a finance company. Those payments include interest, except for you never own the car. You're effectively renting the car. And they say that that makes the most sense because you get to write it off. You can write every car off, no matter how you buy it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to get all the money back for every single car you ever buy, drive, and own. And you're gonna learn how simple it really is. Let's use this car for example. How would you buy this car? Most people would buy this car by financing it. You can't lease this. But when they finance it, they'd make payments of principal and interest at whatever the best bank rate is, and they'd pay that happily because they got their dream car. But what if you did everything the same as you do now, except for you made payments back to yourself? Let me explain. Let's say you delayed gratification and you saved up enough cash to buy this car. And then you bought the car, but you made monthly payments, exactly the same monthly payment as you would have made to a finance company, but you made those back to the bank account that you took the money from. Well, if you did that, after the payment term, you'd get all the money back. But what if we could make that even better? What if instead of putting the money in a bank, we put it into a specially designed and engineered whole life insurance policy designed for high early cash value, and then when we had enough money to buy the car, we took a loan from the insurance company, paid cash for the car, and made monthly payments of principal and interest, same amount you paid to the bank, back to your policy. You see, a couple things would happen there. Number one, all of the money for this car is still in the policy earning interest and dividends. So you're earning uninterrupted compounding interest. But you make the same monthly payment you would have paid to the bank, except for you make it back to your policy. When you're doing that, every payment is reducing the policy loan, which means the insurance company is charging simple interest on a declining balance. So you're effectively making more and more money. You have money earning uninterrupted, and then you have a loan balance that's being paid down. So effectively, you're making more and more money every payment you make. At the end of it, you don't just get all the money back for every car you buy, drive, and own. You actually make money because your money was working for you. This isn't a theory. This is exactly what banks and the wealthiest families have been doing for well over 100 years. I know this because I've helped thousands of people take back control of their money by showing them how to use this strategy. You don't have to be ultra wealthy to be able to do this. Anybody could set this up to start reclaiming their wealth. Do you want to keep giving your money away? Or are you ready to start earning your money back? When I put 75 grand in this specially designed whole life, I have the ability to take that money out anytime. And well, you saw, I did. I bought a car, a Porsche, that I would have normally financed for $1,478 a month. And I normally would have given interest of $13,681 away. But you see, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be the bank. Instead of me going to somebody else's bank and paying somebody else's bank, I'm literally gonna mimic what a bank does. Because, well, I've got the money in my bank. Now you're all thinking it's not a bank, it's a specially designed whole life. Yeah, but think as if it's a bank. To me, this and all my other policies make up my private banking system. You can call it whatever you want. To me, and nobody can change my mind, this is my private banking system. And I'm gonna show you why I think that way. Because you see, when I wanted to buy this car, and I bought it on Bring a Trailer. If any of you have not tried bringatrailer.com, I don't get paid for them. I should get paid for this commercial, but it is the most addicting, fun auction site for cars. I'm just gonna warn you, if you go on there, you will get addicted.
And don't try suing me, or don't try calling and blaming me when you buy a car that you didn't actually want because you got so wrapped up in it. But Bring It Trailer's where this car came from. So when I got the car, what I did is I went to my bank and I took a loan. Okay, I took a loan for $75,000. Now you're probably all thinking, well, wait a second, isn't it your money? Yeah, no, I saved that money up, remember? $7,589 a quarter, which is a little over $30,000 a year, about $30,300. Yeah, I saved that money up. So you're probably thinking, well, why would you take a loan? Think as if I'm the bank. Have you ever gone into the bank and gotten money from the bank without taking a loan? No. I mean, maybe you took a withdrawal from your bank account, but you see, when you took a withdrawal from your bank account, let's just forget that this is a loan. Let's just say this is your bank account and you take $75,000 out. And listen, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll assume that your bank account's paying you the same as my policy is paying me, 6%. So you take a loan for 75 grand. Riddle me this. How much is your bank paying you after you take the $75,000 out? Are you confused with the question? It's actually quite simple. You started with 75 grand. You took a withdrawal for 75 grand to buy the car. How much money is left in your account that the bank is paying you interest on? Zero, right? 75 minus 75, zero. The bank's not paying you interest. You see, this policy, when I take 75,000 as a loan, this policy pays me interest and dividends on 75 grand. Yeah, oh yeah, they do, yeah. You see, the 75 grand that I used to buy the car, that didn't come from my account. My account just served as collateral. So out of my cash value, which is $87,733 as of 10/1 of 2023, okay, that's the most current statement right here. If I take 75 grand from that, I'm still making interest and dividends on $87,733. Here's why. The insurance company in the contract agrees and tells me at any time, remember I said the death benefit on my policy is about $903,000. This is my death benefit. But I gotta die to get that, right? Yeah, I gotta die to get that 903, but I don't get it, my family does. But you see, the insurance company allows me to tap into this $903,000 up to the amount of cash value that I have as collateral. So if I've got $87,733 in cash value, the insurance company will allow me to take $87,000 of the $903 that's a death benefit. And when they do give me that $75,000 of the death benefit, all they're gonna do is in a computer, they're gonna say, okay, Chris took $75,000 of his death benefit, so we're gonna subtract the $75,000 from the $903,000, and if he dies tomorrow, we're just gonna pay the balance. Simple. The insurance company gives me the 75 grand. My money in the cash value collateralizes that 75 grand, and the insurance company charges me, I think it's 5% now. The cool part about that is the insurance company is paying me on all the money that's in there, and all the money is compounding year after year, and all they're charging me is 5% simple. So effectively, well, actually, hold on a second. How does your bank make money? No, the one that you give your money to every paycheck, how does that bank make money? You give them your money, you take the money that you want to deposit. So let's just use 75 grand. You take 75 grand and you give it to your bank. What does the bank give you? They pay you an interest rate, right? So end of the year, you give them 75 grand, they give you 100 bucks. I'm just kidding, it might be a little more than that now, but they give you a little interest, of which they tax you on. But how does the bank make money on that? So if they're paying you 5% on the money, and I just told you that to get a used car loan, you're at about 8% now. What is 8 minus 5? Isn't that 3%? The bank is making a spread. The bank's making 3%, right? So what am I doing here? Am I not earning more than what I'm paying? Of course. I'm making a spread as well. Hence, I'm doing the exact same thing the bank does. Same exact thing. I'm being the bank. Okay? So now the 75 grand goes into a bank account. We call it a segregated account, and then I write a check for the car. So I've now bought the car, and the money came from my policy. Everybody's tracking with me right now. But you see, there's an additional step. A lot of people want to stop here.
I'm rich now.
But what you would be doing if you stopped here is you'd be stealing from your bank. Because if this is your banking system, this policy, and you take a loan from your banking system for 75,000 bucks, and you never pay that loan back, you never make any payments back to your policy, aren't you effectively stealing from your bank? So let me get this straight. If you're gonna steal from your bank, so you must steal from regular banks too. Because if you're willing to steal from your bank with your name on it, like, hey, listen, folks, my name's right there on this. That's my name, Christopher Naugle. So effectively, my name's on my bank. I wouldn't steal from my bank because I know that if I went to Bank of America or Wells Fargo and they gave me a loan and I never paid them on the loan, they'd take my car. But if I went into Wells Fargo and I stole 75 grand, well, then I'm gonna go to jail, right? So you understand, like, I wouldn't steal from a traditional bank, so why would I ever steal from my bank? Should it be any different? No. So here's what I did, okay? I went on to bankrate.com. They should pay me too for this, so a little pause real quick. Seeing as though bankrate.com and Bring a Trailer are not paying me, I gotta somehow make some money here, so I'd love to ask you for a favor. That's right. Right now, see that little subscribe thing? This doesn't even cost you anything, but this is kind of fun for me. See that little button right there? It says subscribe. Click that. And then there's a little bell right up top. Smash that bell. Ooh. You all right? So I go to bankrate.com and I just look at the numbers. I say, all right, a $75,000 loan at 60 months at 6.5 or 6.8%. My payment's $1,478. Of which the principal paid is 75 grand after 60 months, and I give their bank $13,681. You guys see that? Okay. So we already have the numbers. The traditional bank already told us the formula. So I'm being the bank, so if that Porsche is gonna cost me 75 grand and the monthly payment's gonna be 1478, well, here's what I do. I make a monthly payment. Okay, it is a loan repayment. I make a loan repayment from my main bank account where my income goes, and I take that $1,478 and I put it in that segregated account, and then I just send it back over to the specially designed whole life. I'm doing the same thing I would have normally done, except for I'm paying myself back. But here's the freaking cool part. There's a couple cool parts, so stay with me, folks. This $1,478 a month that I'm paying for that Porsche, that monthly payment that I'm paying back to my policy, how much money after month one do I have in my policy? Like, well, forget about how much money I have, but how much money after I make the payment do I have to use? Well, I have $1,478. Why? Well, because if I pay my policy back $1,478, how it works is I had a $75,000 loan. Okay, so when I took the loan, it came from my death benefit, but my money, $75,000 of my cash value, collateralized that loan. So now, in the first month, if I make a payment of $1,478, and I do this every month, just grab a calculator. Here, I'll just do it for you. So we just grab a calculator and we just go, alrighty, 75 grand was the loan, minus 1,478. So 73,522 is the balance, which means after 1 month, I'm paying interest. Remember I said the interest from the insurance company was simple interest of 5%? I'm paying 5% interest not on 75 grand anymore. I'm paying 5% interest on 73,522. And then after another month, I make another payment, 1,478, reducing it down again. And each time I make a payment, I reduce the balance of the loan, which means I'm paying less in interest. So am I really paying 5%? Is this really the interest I'm paying if I do this? Let me show you what that means by you're not actually paying 5%. Check this out. First off, we borrowed $75,000 from the policy, of which we made $1,478 a month payments back, just like we would have paid the bank, which is $17,736, shown in column E there. Because we're paying principal down, column G shows you the principal balance going down every year for 5 years. You already know how this works with a bank. But see, go over to column O. That's the interest rate you're actually paying to the insurance company. I know it's a stated 5%, but because we're paying the balance down every year by being an honest banker, we're only paying the insurance company 3.82 in the first year, 2.64 in the second, 1.45 in the third, and 0.27 in the fourth. And in the fifth year, the loan's paid off, all shown in column O. That's what we're making. So we're not making the spread that you thought, we're making far more. Go to Bank of America, take a $75,000 loan for that Porsche 993, okay? Make one payment, and then call up that bank, call up Wells Fargo, Bank of America, whoever it is, and say, hey, listen, I just made a payment, on that Porsche 993. Yeah, I love the car. No, it's awesome. I almost wrecked it the other day. I went around this little S turn. Oh, you don't care, okay. Anyway, so I just made that $1,478 payment. I was just wondering, can I come withdraw that money from the bank? Like, I made the payment, I want to use that money again. What do you mean I can't? Yeah, I know it was a loan repayment. Yeah, no, but I'd like to use it. You gave me a $75,000 loan. I paid back $1,478, and I need that $1,478 back. No? Okay. That's not how it works. Well, I just saw this guy, Chris Naugle, on a YouTube video, and he said when you become your own bank, the $1,478 payment you make, you have access to that money. What the hell? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I made the payment to somebody else's bank. All right, well, thanks. Sorry for the error. But yes, I'm enjoying the car. Goodbye. You get it, folks? I know that's stupid, but when you make a $1,478 monthly payment back to your policy, that $1,478 is available the next day. You can't do that anywhere else. But here, we're missing some things. We're missing the fact that the interest you're paying to the insurance company isn't really, it is 5%, but because you're paying the balance down, it's actually averaged out to be lower. Okay, so that's cool, right? Oh, and we also determined on this side, we're making a spread, because if they did charge us 5 and we made 6, so we'll just call that spread number 1. Okay, so we made a spread, which remember I told you, this is how traditional banks make money. Now are you getting it? Are you just seeing what I'm talking about? This is why it's not a whole life to me. It's my private banking system, because I'm doing everything a bank does. I literally am, but I'm getting a lot more than any other bank would ever give me, because I'm the bank. My name's on the bank. My name's right there on the bank. But hold on, it gets even better. So we made a spread one time, but hold on, wait. The insurance company allowed us to use the money at 5%, but hold on a second. Wait, if I'm not mistaken, the bank was gonna charge me 6.8. If you go to the bank today, it's 8, but we'll just use 6.8. So hold on a second. 6.8, listen, math wasn't my strong suit, minus the 5 I gotta give the insurance company. 6.8 minus 5, 1.8%. I knew that. Just making sure you guys knew how to figure that math out. So is 1.8 spread number 2? Whoa. Yes, it is. I just made money twice on the same dollars. How do you do that? You see, because I became the bank with just buying this Porsche, because I make payments back to my bank, I made money twice, but God, it even gets better. It even gets better, because you know what? Every one of these monthly payments I make reduces the loan balance, which allows that money to be available, but also reduces the monthly payment. But wait, you don't forget, my money never stopped compounding at 6%. You see, I don't just have $87,970. I have more than that, because my money's been compounding. Let me show you. But before I do that, do you see what we just did? Because we became the bank, we changed where our money was going first. And then we treated our money the same way we would treat any other bank's money. We made monthly payments, the same monthly payments we'd give to a traditional bank. We made them back to our bank, the policy. And those were loan repayments. Remember that calculator I showed you? It reduces the interest we pay. So this is how you get all the money back for every single car you ever buy, drive, and own. But not only that, you make money buying cars. Oh my gosh. You make money on every single car you buy. And all you did is change one thing and add one step. The rest was just mathematics. Let me show you the exact numbers from my exact policy I used to buy this Porsche. And this will just bring it all together. So you probably had that aha moment by changing one thing and adding that one step, the circle, which is called infinite banking concepts. You saw how you can get all the money back for every car you buy, drive, and own, like I did with this Porsche. But now, I want to show you the numbers. I want to show you the numbers right from my policy. So here it is, and I'm going to go quick with this, but this shows the impact of using a whole life policy versus a traditional bank or any other method. This is my policy. Every year I put $30,000 in premium deposits into it. It's 3 years old as of when I bought this car. So if we take the years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is how old I'll be when this car is paid off. I'll be 50 years old. I'm 46 today. And these are the policy years that we're gonna go with. Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like any other car loan that's 5 years, this is a 5-year loan. But remember, I'm the bank. And I'm treating my money just like I would treat the bank's money. I'm making monthly payments every single month, the exact same amount I would pay to the bank, $1,478 a month. Still making that check, but that check is being paid back to my policy as a loan repayment as I showed. But every month I have $1,478 available in my policy. If needed, I can use that money. That can't happen in any other vehicle. But let's look at the impact. So I'm 46 now. This is the first year when I bought the car. I had $87,970 in this policy. From year 2 to year 3, the policy grew by $30,896, which means I made $896 that year. That's my cash on cash net return, net of cost of insurance, net of policy service fees, net of commissions. I made 2.99%. Now that's nothing to write home about, but I also have over $800,000 in death benefit that if something should happen in that car, my family gets that money. But here's the thing. The insurance company's loan balance, because we're being an honest banker and we're paying $1,478 back every single month, this is the impact. The loan balance is $57,264. Now earlier I mentioned we make money twice. We make a spread 1 and a spread 2. But we're just gonna focus on spread 2. How much did I make? Well, you take 6.8%, which is the amount that I calculated the loan at, because that's how much I would have paid a traditional bank, minus the 5% that I have to pay to the insurance company. This is spread number 2. The first year, I made an additional $1,433. That's money almost out of thin air, money that you would have given away any other time. Let's keep going, because it just gets better and better. Because remember, the cash value in your policy is compounding and going up. The loan balance is continuing to go down because you're recycling and recapturing that $1,478 every single month. And you're making a spread there, and your policy cash value is going up. So here's the policy cash value in years 3 to 4. I have $119,681. If we subtract $119,686 minus the $87,970 from year 3, so all we're doing is subtracting year 4 from year 3, I have a cash value growth of $31,716, which means I made $1,716. If I take $1,716, just like I did the $896, divide that into the $30,000 in premium I put into the policy, my cash on cash return is 5.72 net. So this is the point where how much did I make? I made 72 bips. You can see now spread number 1 is 72 bips. Spread number 2, I made $1,234. The difference between the 6.8 and the 5. You see what's happening? And also, I want to just show you back to this screen here. This screen right here shows the impact on the loan being paid down to the insurance company. We're not paying the insurance company an effective interest rate of 5. We're actually giving them in the first year right around 4.7, and it goes down every month. Check this out. Just look at it. Every month you're going down. It's going down, down, and down because we're paying interest on a declining balance. Let's keep going. Year 4 to 5. We go from 119 to 152. How much money did I put in? 30. How much did it grow by? 33.28. I made $3,028. That's a 10.09% cash on cash return. 10.09 minus 5 is what? 5.09% spread. Plus, my loan balance is now paid down to $27,608. Remember that spreadsheet, $27,608. That's how much interest I'm being charged on by the insurance company, which means in the third year, my spread is $1,017. I effectively made money twice now for 2 years. And every year I do this, year 5 to 6, I made $31,937. That's $1,937 more than my costs in the policy. I netted that amount. That's 6.45%. My loan balance to the insurance company is only $11,659. By the way, every time I'm paying the loan balance down by $1,478, that $1,478 is going back in my policy. That's money I can use. I made 768 the fourth year spread. Now you see that this is going down. It's going down because the balance is going down, okay? Final year. And by the way, because I'm paying 6.8% on a 5% loan, it doesn't take me 60 months to pay this car off and get all the money back. It only took me 57 months, 4 years and 9 months. So here it is, years 6 to 7. I put 30,000 in. My policy grew by 33,609. I made $3,609 net. That's a 12.03% return. And how much is that? Well, 5 minus 12.03 is 7.03%. Spread 1. I made $5,088 because I paid for the full 60 months. So I actually made an additional $5,088. That's $437. The total amount of spread number 2 is $4,889. That's just the impact of you being the bank. Add this up, folks. How much money did you make here in year over year cash on cash growth? Even though this money doesn't even have to be in the policy, it can be out working for you somewhere else. And then how much money did you make over here? The spread from what the bank would have charged to what the insurance company charged. You were an honest banker. You paid yourself back. Therefore, you made another $4,889. So if you were to take your calculator and add up all of the net amount you made on the policy, and you were to calculate the net amount that you put in your pocket from the spread number 2, how much did you actually make for buying this Porsche? Actually, how much money did I make for buying this Porsche? See, this is why you got to do this. $11,186 here, plus $4,889 there. I made $16,075. Plus, I got all the money back for the car. All $75,000 is in my policy. Plus, I made $16,075. Come on now, shut the door! Actually, open the door to whatever car it is you want to buy and change where your money goes first. Apply the infinite banking concept, and this will be your story. You will be doing this. The student will become the teacher. Man, I just showed you the secret sauce. I literally just showed you the magic formula of how your money multiplies. Did I mention that our company's name is the Money Multiplier? And what we teach is becoming your own banker? Yeah, okay, well, shameless plug. But actually, another shameless plug, hit that subscribe button and right above, smash that bell so you're notified every time I put a new video out. And folks, listen, go out there and live your dream. Get that dream car, because now you know how to get all the money back. So why would you wait? What car are you gonna go buy next? Well, now that you know how to get all the money back, put that in the comments. I'd love to hear it. See you soon. Oh, I forgot. Hey, if you could you click the subscribe button and also smash the bell up top? See you later.